A few times ago, I made a video about the harem cards in Clash Royale, and you guys loved that video. So today, we're doing the opposite. We're going to the pure, blessed, skillful side of Clash Royale. Today, we talk about the halal cards, the cards that take real timing, real precision, and real brainpower to use correctly. These are the cards that, when played perfectly, make your opponent say, fair enough, I got outplayed. So let's begin. This is 6 halal high skill cards in Clash Royale. Number 6, we start with the smallest, cutest, and most talented halal warrior in the game, the Ice Spirit. This card looks simple, but only skilled players know how powerful it really is. One tiny jump from this frosty boy can change an entire interaction. Timing it wrong, you lose your tower, your elixir, and your dignity. But timing it right, you stop hog riders, you freeze entire pushes, and you buy just enough time for your defense to survive. Ice Spirit is the definition of low cost, high IQ. It's not a card you spam, it's a card you calculate. Mastering Ice Spirit is mastering patience and prediction. At number 5, we have the Cannon Cart, a card so underrated that most casual players still don't know how to use it properly. This card requires positioning that is almost mathematical. If you place it too early, it dies. If you place it too late, it dies. If you don't support it correctly, it dies. But when you use it right, the Cannon Cart becomes this unstoppable rolling fortress that dominates the lane. It defends, it counter-pushes, it threatens the tower, and it forces your opponent to respond in a panic. Cannon Cart rewards smart players and punishes lazy ones. It is pure halal engineering on wheels. Number 4, we have Skeletons, the card that looks like a joke but plays like a precision instrument. Skeletons aren't just a cycle card. They're a micro-control tool that only skilled players truly understand. Anyone can drop them, very few can use them properly. A single tile off and the entire interaction collapses. One late placement, your tower takes a hit it shouldn't. One panic drop, they evaporate instantly. But in the hands of a good player, Skeletons do ridiculous things. They pull a prince across the lane. They stall a mini P.E.K.K.A long enough for your tower to finish the job. They protect your ranged units like bodyguards working overtime. They help you fix bad rotations for just one elixir. Skeletons are pure halal value because every point of value they create comes from your precision. Nothing automatic, nothing free. They're the cheapest demonstration of real mechanical skill in Clash Royale. At number 3, we've got the Tornado, the card that turns the arena into a chessboard. Tornado is one of the most misunderstood cards in the game. To use it well, you need to understand troop movement, hitboxes, timing windows, and exact tile placements. It's not a spell you throw out, it's a spell you plan. A good Tornado can activate your king tower and flip the entire match. A bad Tornado can pull a troop directly onto your tower and lose you the game instantly. You can cluster troops for splash damage, redirect win conditions, drag units into bad positions, or completely dismantle your opponent's push before it even reaches the bridge. There's no autopilot with Tornado. Everything it does is tied directly to your awareness and prediction. If your timing isn't tight, you get nothing. If your timing is perfect, you get value that feels unfair, but it's fully earned. Tornado is halal because it rewards intelligence, patience, and matchup knowledge. It punishes sloppy players and elevates smart ones. At number 2 is the Miner, the master of controlled chip damage, deception, and psychological warfare. Miner looks simple, dig underground, pop up on the tower, but that's the surface level. Real Miner gameplay is prediction-based. Every placement is a mind game. Front, back, safe spot, anti-nado tile, anti-night tile, anti-log tile. You're constantly trying to read your opponent's habits and force out their counters in awkward ways. Good Miner players can get consistent chip damage even when the opponent has perfect counters, just by mixing positions, timing, and pressure patterns. Miner also ties defense and offense together beautifully. You defend cheaply, rotate back to him, and stack chip until the opponent starts panicking. He's halal because he requires actual thinking. There's no burst damage, no auto value. Your damage depends completely on your decisions. Not luck, not brute force. Miner is a duel of minds, not stats. And finally, at number 1, the most halal, most honest, most skill-rewarding card in Clash Royale, the Knight. This is the purest example of a fair troop. He doesn't leap, dash, teleport, spin, reflect damage, or do anything flashy. He just does his job. And how good that job turns out depends entirely on you. His strength comes from fundamentals, proper spacing, proper timing, and knowing exactly how much he can tank in each situation. Place him too early and he absorbs unnecessary hits. Place him too late and your tower takes the damage instead. Place him too far, and he never even reaches the target. He forces you to calculate, not panic. What makes Knight truly number one is his flexibility. He can be the anchor of your defense, the bodyguard for your win condition, the stabilizer for awkward cycles, or the quiet starter of a counter push. Opponents hate when a Knight survives with just a sliver of HP, because they know you can stack something behind him and suddenly turn nothing into pressure. He never creates unfair trades, but he constantly creates efficient ones. He rewards smart players, not spam players. He's the perfect fusion of simplicity and depth. The Knight isn't loud, but he wins you games through pure, controlled, decision-based gameplay. That's why he sits at number one. And that wraps up the list of the 6 most halal, high-skill cards in Clash Royale. Cards that don't hand you wins. They demand smart choices, good timing, and real understanding of the game. Whether you agree with the list or not, one thing is clear. Clash Royale is at its best when players win through strategy, not cheap tricks. Thanks for watching.